Hey, hello, how are you? This is Raul Luna, and I want to congratulate you and welcome you to this video. On this very short video, what I'm about to do is pay very close attention because I'm going to show you how to close effectively after the prospect has seen the presentation. Okay, it's very important for you to pick up on this actual quality questions that you must ask your new prospect. First of all, what I want to make sure is that you do not, okay, I want to first start with the do nots that you have to make sure that you do not do, okay? You do not ask, what have you thought about the presentation? Or what do you think about the business? Do not ask that type of question. One of the things that I always do when I actually get close to a prospect, or either I invited a prospect or I'm about to pretty much close a prospect. First of all, what is it? Why do we say closing a prospect? Okay, when I talk about closing, I don't mean about a sales closer. I don't believe in closing people. But what I do believe is that closing, the definition to me is that you help people make the right decisions. Majority of the people don't know how to make decisions, and therefore you as the coach, you as the guider need to guide the people to make great decisions. Oftentimes they don't know how to do it, or else they wouldn't be in the situation that they are. So in this particular case, what I always do is I ask them questions such as, I'll give you an example. Let's say, I'll say, Bob, what is it that you like the most of what you just saw? Write it down. What is it that you like the most of what you just saw? Okay, why? Because the question that I'm asking Bob, it's a one-sided question. What I mean by that is that he can only give me something positive. He can say the product, he can say the presenter, he can say the business. If people say, oh, it's very interesting. If people give me general things, I always tend to guide them, towards one specific thing. For example, if someone tells me, oh, it was very interesting, I'll say, well, Bob, if you were to actually just select one thing of what you just saw today, what would it be? See, I'm always narrowing it down to one thing. Let's say Bob tells me, oh, I like the product. Oh, fantastic, Bob. Is there anything else that you like also as well? And then he probably says, well, I like the presenter. Oh, fantastic. And then if he doesn't tell me that he liked the business or the money aspect, then I got to provoke it. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that I have to say, hey, Bob, by any chance, did you actually, did the business aspect interest you or caught your attention? And if he says yes, then I'll say, hey, give me 5 because that's exactly what interested me at the beginning. And at that point, I'm looking at eyes Bob, and I'm actually staring at his eyes, and I tell him, Bob, if we were to work hand on hand together throughout the team, what would it be? A monthly initial income that you would like to be earning with this opportunity in the next 90 days. And then I stay quiet and listen. If he tells me something that is believable, because everything is achievable, but the question is it believable? Let's say he tells me, well, $1,000 in addition to what I do, or $2,000 in addition to what I do, or maybe he tells me $5,000, for example. And then if it's believable, I'll tell him, Bob, if we were to work hand on hand, okay, and I will show you step by step how to achieve that level of income, with no exaggeration whatsoever. Are you ready to get started today? And I'm looking at his eyes, okay? Make sure that you have eye contact. And I stay quiet and listen closely to his answer. If he says, yes, I'm ready, I will immediately tell Bob, the company makes you direct deposits. And then I grab the application, such as what I'm about to grab right now. I grab this application, and then I tell Bob, the company sends you direct deposits, or if the company sends you checks, in this case, we'll tell him, under whose name do you want the checks to be written to? Or under which account do you want the money to be deposited? And then you start writing the information. If the person tells you, no, you know what, I'm not ready to get started yet, I will ask him, you know, what is it going to take for you to make the decision today? And I'm looking at him, you know, and then I go back to it and resolve whatever is it that he's got, you know, any objection. I would help him out. You know, he might say the money. He might give you certain types of objections. He could say the money, the time. He could say, you know, many things. He needs to consult it with his wife, with, you know, he needs to think about it. And you know what? If you learn how to jump those objections, you will make you will make a lot of money. Now, remember this: the signing people, sponsoring people is the easy part. The duplication is the one that you need to master in addition, because it's in the duplication that your business is going to grow and is going to have a tremendous, you know, a tremendous growth of momentum. Okay, so objections. You know, objections, what I'm about to do is I'm going to make another video for objections. How about that? So for today, I hope that you go and put this to the practice, because if you put it to the practice, remember, becoming successful is not just how much you know, is what do you do with what you know, and better yet, studying the people of success. There's two things that you need to learn very quickly. You either hear opinions or you either hear people with results. And I hope that you decide to hear people with results, because that's what really ultimately matters. And I want to leave you with this. If you make the decision to go big, well, make sure that you leave a legacy in the industry of network marketing. Congratulations and goodbye for now.